Ooh,
Bless you.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Did not expect that.
Well, we're live.
All right, we're live.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Hello everyone. My name is Austin, and I do dev relations here at Harper, and it is a pleasure to. Well, I can't really see all of you, but pleasure to be with you all here today. So, to start this off, this is another live stream,
Yeah.
another coding. Was it vibe and live? I don't know. I mean, I'm just making
Yeah.
that up
Love
off the
it.
spot, off the spot, you know. And today, well, last week, if you didn't get to see it, Alex actually took the reins, and we went ahead and built what was it, Flow State actually.
Flow
So
state.
for
Yep.
for what
It's still.
kayaking, correct? Like whitewater
Yeah.
rafting was it? Or
Yep. It's still live. If you it's a website,
yep,
flow.states.harper.fast.com.
yep. I'll
No,
go right there.
and
Let's see,
there you go.
flow.state.harperfabric.com. Boom. So
There you
last
go.
week we built this, and
Yep.
this week we're gonna do something a bit different. So today, I was like, I kind of haven't updated my personal website, and it's been years. Let's
Yeah.
be honest with you, it's been years, and I'm like, I actually want to go back to writing articles more. From a mixture of things that I've been learning, and just also just the joy of just yeah, not only just learning, but also just immediately applying it, and
Yeah.
even like small tidbits of information, and just putting that on my website. And so, yeah, today we are going to be rebuilding my personal website, austinacres.com, and a little added feature that we wanted to do was also build out a CMS
Hmm.
along with it. So a really simple markdown CMS for it. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited.
Yeah. So right now
It's gonna be
is
fun.
your website on Harper today?
It is not, but
Okay.
moving forward, it will be. I mean,
Perfect.
kind of has to be. Like I gotta
Yeah.
gotta gotta see, gotta represent. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be on Harper moving forward, and I'm actually really excited. So
Cool.
yeah, let's get
Love it.
started. So first off, what we're gonna do here is that I'm actually gonna open up Claude .ai/design, and as I said, this is a similar flow to, I think, what we did last week, right? We initially created the designs, spec'd out kind of like what we wanted, or just
Hmm.
sort of detailed what we wanted, then created the designs. And, as the designs were, being created, we also went ahead and built out like a project plan template essentially. Um, and so, yeah, like that is sort of what we'll be following or what we'll be going through today. And again, we're going to be, what is it called? Like co-coding, pair coding. Oh my gosh, man,
Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah, we're gonna be pair coding. So yeah, let's get started.
Cool.
So first off, what we'll do here is we are currently in Claude Design. I'm gonna create this new project. I'll call this a personal website, or my personal website. And I'll put Austin because I think this is within like the Harper org, so that way folks know. We're gonna create this new prototype. We'll use the Harper design system. I do like it quite a bit. Let's be honest. And then on top of that as well, what we'll do here is we will also, let's see here. So describe what we want to create. So we want to create a, let's see, create my personal, or I guess create a personal website. With a CMS. Uh,
Do you get? I wonder if you gave it your current repo
Ooh, let's
that you
do
have
it.
right now.
All right,
Is
let me
it?
see.
It's probably not a public repo, is it?
It should be. I think
Oh, it
so.
is. Cool.
It should
Perfect.
be. Let's go to. Let's try that. Let's check this out. Yeah,
Yeah. Lovely.
awesomenagers.com.
Sweet.
Yeah, wow, 2024. So it's been over 2 years.
Yeah.
Been
Yeah. A
what,
lot
two
has
years since
changed
I've
in that
updated it,
time.
man. Whew, a lot has changed. So, yeah, a lot has changed.
Like,
Websites,
make it better.
and and make it better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And rebuild it, or sorry, I keep we're in design. We're in design. So, and I guess what I got you. I'm trying to think. Rebuild it, and you had a didn't you also have like an image or something like that that you generated as well too?
Yeah. You could say take my current website,
Mm-hmm.
austinacres.com.
Mm-hmm.
it's
I
been
guess
a
I'll
long
just
time
rebuild it
since.
with.
Yeah,
I'll
I
rebuild.
want
I
to
can just.
redesign it, rebuild it, present me better. Let's build a CMS behind it. Have a good system, like all
Yeah.
those things you've been saying. Essentially, just bringing that in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's describe the CMS you want, and like what kind of posts are you doing? Are you doing just blog posts? Are you doing are you sharing repos that you have on GitHub?
Yeah. Let's see.
Uh,
So specific
do you
markdown.
do you want to link to your social media so maybe your social media stuff can populate in there? I don't know. I wonder what is possible these days. What social
First
platforms
eye.
do you use?
I use I mean, I go through a lot of them, really, just sort of like
Okay.
just very casually. I actually uninstalled a lot of them
Okay. Yeah. It's
recently and
fair.
everything like that. But it was, Blue Sky, Twitter. I still
Yeah.
retweet things like what's it? Oh man, like the cute, like just dog stuff. I try to, try to keep a little happy.
Okay.
Social media can be really interesting, so I try to have like a little happy, like, oh wow, like I think it's like the We
Yeah.
Rate Dogs is what I follow, so I retweet a lot of like We Rate Dogs, and
Okay.
it's just the funniest things, cutest things in the world.
Cool.
Like 14 out of 10, but yeah, blog post I write in Markdown. Redesign with the CMS backend, specifically for blog posts. I say tailored. Tailored
So
for blog post I write in Markdown. I think by default for ours is use Harper. Um,
yeah, it's what Harper at no npm create Harper at latest. I've noticed
yeah,
that with design, it does it like it says it's building with it, but it's usually just doing its own thing. It's not until we bring it into Claude Code that they can like kind of mash the two together
yeah.
and start bringing the design in. If you do the npm create Harper at latest, I think it comes with the skills files. I
Oh
think,
yeah, you're right.
yeah. So just instead of just do say create in there.
Create. Yep.
Yeah.
There's so many commands I've had to like memorize, and a lot of
Yeah.
things I've had to, just in general, not only just for work, but just in general for like workflows that I do outside of work. Just everything. I'm like, man, like,
Yeah.
and then you have acronyms galore, and it's like just the context switching does get very to create my Vite, my TypeScript, Vite, and or I guess like my React. I think it's React
Yeah.
TypeScript.
Yeah, I was just pointing towards React. I think it figures it out. This guy, Twitter.
and and this is less of a design. This I know that this will be more along the lines of that's something we'll probably have to feed into like Claude itself.
Yeah, I feel like it does appreciate some of the context because then it knows to like base it on like TypeScript or something that can go into a Node.js.
Yeah, it's funny actually because I was not introduced to Claude design until I think you brought it. Actually, I think it was
Yeah,
just a week or two ago. Me coming back from
yeah,
paternity leave. You actually pointed that out to me. So let's see here.
yeah. It's I think it's still in open beta right now, so they're working on it. It's getting better.
We'll see. All right, let's see here. All right, boom with the CMS backend tailored for blog post. We'll see what this does. We'll see. All right, we can always iterate, obviously. So
So I just did a little side search because we're talking about social media.
mhm.
It looks like Blue Sky, you can have it directly. There's APIs that are free and open that you can connect your Blue Sky feed
Was it?
directly
It's at
into
the
it.
Proto API.
Is that it says
Is
direct
it? Is it?
HTTP fetch of raw JSON. I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
is
I
that Blue
kind of
Sky?
know what that means, but
Oh yeah, there's a whole the Blue Sky
yeah.
API. Yep, the Blue Sky API.
Although Twitter they charge you for it, so that's
I know.
weird.
Yeah,
LinkedIn heavy app approval, so
there it is.
very poor accessibility on LinkedIn.
There's okay, sweet. The AT Proto. Boom.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
So if you do
I
want to
actually
build
met.
that in, that's an option.
I might actually do that. I might actually do
Yeah.
that. So, for those while we're looking, if you're really curious to know what my current website looks like, sure you can visit it, but I'll just show you. Very basic. GitHub, my LinkedIn, timeline, which actually was Polywork. I don't even know if it does not work. So I need to
Oh,
actually take that out.
yep.
It used to work, doesn't anymore. I don't use Polywork
Yeah,
much
we
anymore.
can fix it again. Yeah.
I know you're right. I could. It does work. It is Polywork was pretty cool. Let's see, vcard. Yeah, so I actually built out a whole like article on building out your own like so Vuetify actually.
Mm.
It's a material design framework and in Vue, and I
Hmm.
actually like built out a whole blog post, even presented an application, building out your own like custom
Cool.
Vuetify like component using their internal APIs, building it from scratch, and that was like just some articles here.
My like high
And so
school boy self wants to like call out that name V card because that I feel like that meant something else back then.
oh my god, yeah, and so there's and so Vuetify.
All right. I'm
And
20
so
years older now, so we're
I know,
good.
yeah. So Vue, yeah, like Vue is actually, I don't know if you've ever like checked out Vuetify, but it's really cool actually. So Vuetify, yeah, it's a component again, a Vue component framework,
Cool.
really cool, love it. But yeah, there's that, and then a bunch of other stuff. What is a CLI? Did that
Yeah.
for Vuetify as well too, some other things and everything like that. Yeah, so there's that. But yeah, so again, for me, I'm like, hey, nowadays I just kind of like if I want to just write something, right? Usually I have to go to Obsidian. I'll have to crack that open, and then from Obsidian, I'll then have to like save that, copy and paste it, go to like my repo or something along those
Yeah.
lines, and sort of push it, everything like that. And so having like an actual like just hey, if I just do osnagers.com/ I don't know CMS,
Hmm.
do some a login, a very simple login, right? I don't know, something with like a who knows a 30-40 character password. I have no idea. Why not max it out? Let's
Yeah.
do like 256. I'm totally kidding. We're not doing 256 character passwords. But yeah, yeah, just
Cool.
osnaker/CMS, and then while I'm like laying in bed, just want to like be able to type something out or just do like sort of some sort of voice dictation. Eventually, actually do voice dictation, and then having that probably eventually running that through like some sort of agent to clean it up, and then have it add the relevant images or whatever and whatnot, and then just be able to publish it, and boom, I have another blog post. So because there's a lot
Cool.
of things I
Yeah.
have on my mind, and
Yeah.
I don't get a chance to like just actually take the moment to like write them down, and I really can, especially being
Yeah.
a dad of two now. Wife and I, we stay busy, so
Yeah.
yeah.
You got your hands full there.
Hmm.
Uh,
So
Looking at it, so we're having the Claude Designer kind of churning right now.
yeah, so it's
Uh,
churning. Let's while we're
should we build so the kind of backend in tandem on Harper?
let's
And
do it. Yeah, let's
cool.
do it.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
been really interested to
so
see what you do because I've always used Claude's kind of UI for this, but I think we're diving in terminal today, so
yeah, let's
I'm
do it. All
excited
right,
to finally learn Brave New World here.
let's do it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do make directory. I'll call this the uh my portfolio. Hmm. I always force of habit, always doing ls inside every directory. Let's trust this. Okay, and so what we'll do here is it's creating the designs, and so
Hmm.
hmm, how do we want to go about this? Because I liked your flow last time.
So
I have
we
not integrated this with a CLI flow, so I'm used to only just strictly doing CLI, and
mhm.
I've not incorporated Claude design within this before. So the way you went about this, I think, was within Claude itself. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Hmm. I think a way to do this is if you're doing it in the CLI, like right now we just need Claude to start building the backend. You said you wanted to. This is where we need to talk about building on Harper. NPM
Mm-hmm.
created Harper at latest. We need to talk
Mm-hmm.
about uh, let's see what we want. So the CMS itself.
Mm-hmm.
I, I'm guessing that there needs to be like a title. There needs to be
Yeah.
maybe some way to create the URL from that CMS
Mm-hmm.
or whatever
Gotcha.
that's after the slash, the
Yeah. Let me
body itself, images, stuff like that.
let me see
Yeah,
how
because even hosting this stuff, like we can do like blob storage in Harper, so we could do like images, perhaps even videos. So that'd be interesting.
All right, gotcha. Let me see if I can do like some sort of like handoff or something along those lines. Trying to figure this out.
Well, yeah,
Mm,
if you just tell us to do the backend, and then once Claude design is done, we can download the zip, put it into the
oh,
same repo
okay.
as where you're
And then have
building
it
it.
read the designs essentially and build out the rest of
Exactly,
it. Oh,
exactly.
perfect. Okay. All right. I dig it. I dig it. Create an application using was it npm create Harper at latest,
Yep.
if I can spell latest correctly. Create a let's see. Oh, sorry. Let's create a React TypeScript, a React application. React React application using, let's see, using npm create Harper latest. Um, this application is a let's see, is a, or this, I keep saying application. This, I'll just say application. This app is a is my personal website, and we'll have a CMS.
What do you want the CMS to hold and showcase?
To publish my to, let's see here, let's see, CMS to let's see here, to create, I guess I say CMS to create my I'm like vibing right off the top of the head. I should have came a little bit more.
So create a
Should have
blog.
had a better prompt. I think the biggest issue when it comes to using Claude and everything like that, or like the details of your prompt and whatnot. I should have actually, just taken a moment to actually craft out an intricate prompt. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's see, a website that'll have a CMS to create my markdown blog posts. I can publish to my website.
Do you want it to connect to? Because one thing that I've seen that can work really well here is
Mm-hmm.
you just ask Claude, like, if we're not sure exactly what we want here, you could be like, okay, I need you to ask me questions on all the things that we could potentially integrate into here, so that you can help us brainstorm what this should look like.
Yep,
Cool. Like what really is contained in the most amazing personal website.
that's true. That's true.
Like, and Claude should be able to help us out here.
I'll say, please ask me questions if more clarity is needed. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll start here. This is not the best prompt. I'd give this like maybe a 4 out of 10 in terms of prompt.
Yeah.
Typically, actually, what I would do is, in fact, this is actually how I typically go about it. So, before I even do this, this is legitimately what I actually end up doing. So, let's see here. I'll actually crack open Claude Code real quick and describe a task. Create a project plan. So I actually try to create a project plan.
Yeah.
Site with a basic CMS for
You're still in the accept
markdown.
edits mode too, so let's flip that. I know
Oh
I miss
yeah,
that
let
all
me.
the time.
Oh, let me see here. Plan mode. Thank you.
Yep.
New sesh, and I guess that'll be a chat. Actually, this is code, so let's do a chat. Let's do a chat here. Sweet. I'll do Opus. So I usually do Sonnet for everything. That's like my go-to. The vast majority of the time, I use Sonnet for my day-to-day.
Is that just
Oh my
like
god, I
save,
blocked
save
pots. My
credits?
bad. Oh man. All right, here. Hold up. Let me. Let's see here. Blog posts. We will use npm create latest. Let me save that. Using Harper. Let me put this together as a document so you can reference and update. Cool. And I probably should have actually added that we want to use the React version. I love Vue. I love Vue a lot, actually. In fact, I actually wanted to build it out in Nuxt because I think my current website's in Nuxt 3. Wanted to use Nuxt 4. And I have not done that yet, actually. And I think Nuxt 5 is about to be released soon. After I talked with Daniel Rowe a while ago, actually, on our podcast. So
Yeah, I watched that one. So for everybody who doesn't know, and including me, because I don't know, like, what's the benefit of using Nuxt versus Vue versus whatever else that was out there, React?
So I will say personally for me, the biggest reason why I actually love Nuxt over any of the other meta frameworks, no offense, Next is still Next is still really great. but I prefer Nuxt because I feel as though the developer experience is substantially more seamless than what I've experienced in than I've experienced in many other let's see, next time try this in co-work, hands off to conflict. Okay, interesting. All right, I'll do that later. Yeah, I'll try that next time. Yeah. I personally prefer Nuxt over just its overall developer experience. It's just so seamless and very easy to just build out applications using it. And that's primarily the reason why I will say just DevX.
Yeah.
and it's quick. Like it's fast. I mean, Vue itself is very performant, but yeah, like it's fast. It's built on top of Vue, and Vue I feel as though is a lot more intuitive and very easy to work with in comparison with, in my opinion, React. And while I do know a lot of React, and the thing is that if I have someone else, let's say just even if it's a junior engineer, it's just anyone looking at it, I feel as though it'll be much easier to understand Vue and Nuxt applications, right? And how that sort of built out. Just being able to read it, I would feel more confident with you, Alex, reading an application built in Nuxt than I would.
I see. Cool. Yep, you're still here. Austin's record. Interesting. Yeah, I still see you on this stream, although I do see that your recording is failing. So that's interesting. Let's see. I think kind of like the whole live stream thing to so many different platforms at the same time just wears on it. There's just a lot for the computer to manage. Load complete. Yeah, it says that at least on the Riverside side, you have your upload is complete and that's not recording anymore. Restart Riverside. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm holding space here. So yeah, it's interesting to see what is possible these days with vibe coding. I know I've been really impressed with it. I often wonder about developer experience and how that kind of morphs with AI experience. Because for me, I'm using Claude to do all the coding for me. So I'm often concerned with like, can the AI understand this code base easily? And I think what we see with developer experience, things that have a good developer experience can also end up having a good AI experience. So let me see what we got going on here. Yeah, Austin, he's frozen on the Riverside front. Oh, he's back.
I'm back. Yeah, Riverside's been acting a little bit fun recently, so I'll say fun.
It's
been a little bit fun. Yeah. So it's all right. All right, cool. All right, can you see everything?
Yep, we're back on
Wonderful.
both.
All right. Wonderful. All right. Sweet. Great. All right. So now that we have that, yeah. All right.
Let's see what we got going on here.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
We've got this. So a couple of questions before setting up. Let's see, image hosting for posts. Whether you want to, let's see, select auto delivered from hand. Let's see, titles. Want me to tighten it? Let's see here.
So I see you're doing this plan in the Claude chat. Is there a reason why you're not doing the Claude code?
I could do Claude code. I'm used to actually doing it. I'm used. So my workflow again could be substantially better. Could be substantially more improved. And so this is where I usually do like a chat, build out a project plan, and then from there I'll then take it and
I see.
And then have that implemented within code and whatnot. So I usually just have it. Yeah. So that's typically my my personal one. But then again, that's a byproduct of like sort of my open source flow. So I do have like my own open web UI, self-hosted box, that has open web UI and all the other stuff that I have, like Olama and everything. And so because my open source workflow is a little bit partitioned, I take a relatively different approach. And so again, using Claude, I know there's a more unified approach, as you know, you're asking, but something I've just been relatively used to. But yeah, as I said, I can let me copy this. Well, here's what we'll do. I will copy this for the time being. Let me copy that. I know there's some other questions that they asked, like image hosting for post. That's something we handle. Correct me if I'm wrong. We handle all of that. So there shouldn't be much of an issue with Harper. Let's see here. Let's see and whether you want autos. Slugs auto derived from titles. Titles. All right, so we'll have slugs auto derived from title. And then we'll go back here. Let's go back to, oh, here it is. Wonderful. All right. So we've got something. Oh, and there's a whole writing. Okay, cool. Home and read writing. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, it actually, okay, it took it. Nice.
Oh, nice. Build it.
I like this. This is solid. This isn't bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. Now I have to, we'll take this, and I'm sure I'll make a lot of changes to this, and then on top of that too, I'll have to do an accessibility audit as well, because you know that is also very, very important to me. But I'll take it. I will take this. This is, we'll start here. We'll start here.
Cool.
And let's see here. Austin Akers com to scaffold React Harper. Wonderful. So now that we have this here, we can then take these and to scaffold the React Harper, drop these schema graph so the prototypes code tab. Interesting. Where's that at? Oh, you have to work with me here on this one. All right. I'm still used to Claude design. Still having to get used to it. Again, I've only used it, I think, what, 2-3 times?
Yeah.
So
it's kind of interesting just to see like what it does from a design perspective. Because I know that like Claude code, the designs it pumps out is just so bland when it does it on its own. It seems like it's drawing from like a lot of what the design that we just use at Harper for our own stuff. So it kind of has this like Harper-esque vibe to it right now.
Yeah, I dig it.
I know it can kind of go a lot of different directions. I wonder what the initial prompt, if it had given it some kind of repo to build from, because I would be surprised if without that, if it would have created something like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, use my whole
well,
it's my
use the
repo.
Harper. Use the Harper design system. That's what we're seeing. If you scroll all the way up.
Yep. Yeah. So I actually went ahead. I added that. I was like, I like our design system. Our design system is pretty cool. I like it a lot. So thank you, Alex.
Yeah. I was actually when I set this up a while back, it was I had Claude Design just look at our website and kind of just searched, and it came up with our design system for us based on the PDFs that we've done, based on our website design. So somehow we landed on a design system without being like too aware of it, which I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know.
I mean, hey.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, it's not bad. So, yeah. So now that we have that, so let me go ahead and let's see. We have some tweaks here. Layout. Let's take a look at the list. So there's a list. Let's see, writing list. There's the grid. I like the grid.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the grid, but I also know as I write more articles, a list would be probably preferred, honestly.
Yeah, I noticed none of these have like any. On your website, are you using images for the blogs, like hero images or all?
Nah, like it's very simple, actually. Very simple list right here. So
okay.
Inside of them, there are there are images inside the contents of the blog, the articles or blog posts, as I say. But for the most part, I'll do a list. I'll actually go ahead and just I'll make a list actually. So nice track here. Let's see. Show the Harper CMS section, and where's that Harper CMS section? That's the real question.
So this is probably just the front end design. So it's not actually, probably didn't create any kind of CMS behind it.
Yeah, just the there's a Harper. I thought there was a Harper CMS like UI that it created. Is essentially what I'm assume so at least. Cool. Hey, all right. Understanding GNSW, vector search. Cool. Awesome. Well, you know what? We'll leave that be. So will that be for the time being? Now
I
that we
could,
have this,
yeah, I could ask it. I'm sure it could just generate the CMS system for
okay.
inputting.
Okay, create the CMS. Let's see, next steps for a real build. Let's see, Harper. Oh, I see. You see, Harper CMS architecture. So on the home page is the real npm create Harper pattern. Okay, gotcha. So let's go back to the home page. This is this right here. Harper is a CMS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. Schema. Yeah, that's solid. Yep. Primary key is the ID. Yep. Slug indexed. We obviously have the. Yep. We want to have those indexed. The tags, an array of strings. Makes total sense. So essentially, what is for everyone here live streaming, you're probably wondering like, what is this? So in Harper we use GraphQL as our schema, which helps us auto generate the our API. I mean, it helps us generate our tables, and also with that as well, so we can dynamically generate our API endpoints. So for example, when we dive in here, we look at our type. Again, schema GraphQL. We're using the GraphQL language, leveraging that to build out our database and also our tables. So the schema. So type the type is going to be blog post. Inside our Harper backend, blog post will be the name of the table. And as we see, that is defined there with @table. Next up, what we do here is that we're using @export. And what this, I guess I'll call it an attribute. I want to call this, or I was going to say special character, special, key or whatever it is, but a special character, or this attribute @export. What this does is that it automatically exports this schema into a you can export into like a REST based sort of a REST based API, like an interface. So this is where you're able to do like get calls, fetch, posts, things along those lines, to thus be able to interact and to pretty much do your CRUD operations. You can even alter it as well too. If you have your @export, you can say, hey, like I want to do this for like, you can alter it and use like real time, use it for like real time data as well too. And so that's essentially like what this schema itself does. And this is really great. Again, as we see here, auto exposes. We take a look here, the git, so /blog posts, with the slug of specifically, like, let's say, for example, my post, and that would be the title. It's derived off of the title. And then you can post to blog posts. And what that will do is that you can then post a specific, you'll be able to essentially like post a new, a new blog, create a new blog, right? When you post to it. And then right here is a put. And so we take inside our blog post table, we take that unique identifier, that ID, and then from there we can then go about like editing. So doing some sort of update. So if for example, I have a typo, and what happens there is that I can actually go ahead and say, hey, you know what? Let me pull this up here. All right, okay, let me get that data. Then from there, let me just, if I spell the with an TEH instead of THE, bing, you make that modification in the markdown editor and like the CMS, ideally the CMS part that we have, and then you'll be able to just post it, and it's a put call. So there's that.
So how much of this is like, since we're using Harper to also host the front end here, and you'll be inside of the kind of CMS UI as you're building this out?
Yeah.
How much of this does somebody actually need to interface for? Like, I get that the @export gives us the REST API, but like, are you ever going to be interfacing with that?
So specifically on the CMS part, you will be. Aside from that, like when it comes to getting your blog post and whatnot, like the list of all of them and everything, like for my website, like the UI, like that's essentially like, yeah, like I could also do like, hey, get the first three. That's something we can also do too, like filter, like even with our resource, we can leverage the resource API. I know that we have two on top of this to have some more unique things. And I think we can also, even within the API itself, I'll have to take a look at our documentation, but we can actually just, do like a whole, like just directly like on this, like we have native things that we can utilize to then just say, hey, like get like the first three essentially. So either via the resource API or actually within our, like within our fetch, our URL as well. But in terms of people being able to interface with it, like there's still a level of like security, don't get me wrong. Like it's not as like, okay, everything's exposed to the world. Like, no, you can still lock things down, you still set like, authentication requirements, things along those lines as well. Like, yeah, so, that's that. So,
Cool.
But yeah. So I'm trying to think here. Now that we have this, what we'll do is, oh, and I guess I should go through the rest of this. Looking at seeding, what it will do is that it'll actually take the contents of like the blog, all the different files that I have. It'll seed all of that data into, it should seed into our database. So it'll use an upsert. I was thinking it's going to be an upsert. It says it right here. We'll then, upsert that into our database. It'll take the title, the data, the tags, everything there, and then upsert that and, I say import it. Essentially just importing it into like our blog posts table. And
Great.
so, and then after that, React, this is what we'll have here. So setting up the whole API part. So we'll get to that. There's some other stuff we can do here. All right. But we'll work with this for now. And then last but not least, deploy. So that's that.
Great.
So yeah, now that we have that, next up, we've got this. Let's go ahead and at this point, let me also, I mean, it kind of already has, boom, here it is. I'm going to copy this for the time being. That's looking solid. I mean, I say look at it. I really just browsed through it. Let me take a look here. Let's see here. Pragmatic shipping.
Yeah, it's so easy just to hit accept on all these or just to like take it as it is.
Yeah, look at me doing not great development practices over here. That's not a that's like a that's like that's the vibe part. It looks right. Like, no, you don't want that, okay? You don't.
But it kind of comes to the question, it's like if it sometimes reviewing the stuff in detail, understanding and make sure it's right can take so long that if we just move forward with it, it would have been done by the time we were done reviewing it and we could review the finished product.
That is very true.
So there's it's all a matter of like, I guess, how you want to spend that time. Lots of options.
Okay, let me see here. For the templates with Harper, here I'll do this inside. For the templates inside, please choose the React, and I think it's a React. I know it's like React V. I'm going to open up another terminal here, and we're going to do an npmi create Harper latest just for the sake of things. Let's do a little. Let's see, project name Harper. I'll just call it Harper project for the time being. Yep, React. Okay, gotcha. And I think by default it's TypeScript because, as you should, I think if you're building business applications, it should be in TypeScript by default. I know, look at me, just spreading my own personal opinions on where TypeScript should be. It is.
Would love to hear the philosophies.
TypeScript always by default, especially on a business application level. If you're working on frameworks or libraries, it depends. Typically, you can do JavaScript. It just really depends on like that actual specific workflow and if stuff like that. But anyway. All right, cool. And then we'll have it update. It should update that. And after that, we'll let it build.
Sweet.
And I know that a bit of this is a little bit redundant, given that we've done it here. But yeah, we'll do this. Let's see, drop in these schema, GraphQL resources and resources CJS. I guess we'll go this route. And then, isn't there a way for me to attach this to a chat?
Yeah, if you hit share on the top right.
Gotcha.
There is handoff. I've never had success with the handoff for Claude Code. It seemed a little more complex, but I think that if you're using a CLI, that would probably work for you.
Okay, let's try it.
I always just download the zip file and just like dump it into the chat window for Claude Code.
And actually, here's what I'll do, because I think that I'm going to remove RF, my portfolio. I'm going to do yep, cool, yeah. Oh, sorry. Got to boot up Claude again. Of course I trust this folder. Of course. I mean, it is my folder inside my, computer. Yeah. Let's
I
see
wonder
here.
how this works. Like if other people can access our designs from that link that's in
I
here.
see. Possibly.
But like that, does it really matter? Is it? There's nothing
I
personal in
mean,
there.
if you want to copy my website, I mean, it's going to be a public. Look, y'all, it's going to be a public repo. All
Yeah.
right, so we'll be honest here. All right, y'all, it's a public repo. So don't think too much into it. All right,
Yeah, after the last
it'll
live
be.
stream where I was like flashing the like secrets up on
Oh,
screen, I was
you know, it's
like,
funny
uh
when
oh,
that
let's check
happened.
that.
Actually, I was looking at my terminal at the time,
Yeah.
and then something just told me at the corner of my eye. I just saw like some random, like randomly generated characters. Just the that like on the complete opposite side. I have like my two monitors plus my laptop,
Yeah.
and on the you're on the very far like left side of my of like my 32-inch monitor, and
Yeah.
the corner of it, I just saw something weird. I was like, that's like random characters flashing at like the corner of it. And I'm like, and I looked over and I'm like, oh, all right, let me go and message. Let me go and let them know. Gotta rotate those credentials, those
Yeah.
creds, my friend.
Yeah.
So
Claude is not assuming that everybody in the world is watching.
mhm.
Yeah, as you're doing things.
Maybe I build a live stream plugin or something like that for Claude. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything like
Something
that.
that'd be cool.
Something.
That'd be cool if it was setting.
hmm A live stream setting, something along those lines. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's allow temp access. Of course, we're gonna make directory. Cool. Extract that. Yep. Project during the session. Absolutely. And while it's doing that, I am going to just go ahead and I'm going to close this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In other words, what I did was essentially possibly just pointless. um, what I did here was more than likely just unnecessary. I know. Oh, the joy. Just abusing tokens. Look at that. Promise you I'm not token maxing. Okay. I'm not token maxing.
Oh,
I know.
just token flexing over here. Oh, we have so many tokens.
$10. I just used $10 worth of tokens, just anyway.
I it's been a while. Like I tend to not blow through all of them in that 5 hour window, but I actually did hit the limit yesterday.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I have not hit the limit, honestly. I don't think I would use the vast majority of like my approaches is sort of a hybrid approach. So I do use like my little cloud thing. My little personal cloud and everything like that. So, but I take a very hybrid approach to like my stuff. So
Yeah. I actually, it's not going to come till August, but last week I ordered a Mac Studio with like 96 gigabytes of RAM,
ooh,
like
nice.
660 like GPU cores. So we'll be doing much more here.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say the
at the house.
512 gigabyte one. I'm like, okay,
No.
all right.
They stopped selling
I'm gonna need
that.
I'm
They
gonna need a
stopped
small
selling that.
loan
Yeah.
of $20,000, please. Okay.
Well, you straight up can't buy it. I could like increase the number of GPU cores a little bit more if I wanted to spend an extra 2,000, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna 60 GPUs feels good enough to me, so I'm gonna
Yeah, should be all right, honestly. Yeah, Max Studio. Yeah, I honestly should be like
But
enough.
you can't get more RAM than 96 gigabytes right
Yeah.
now. They
Yeah.
they stopped selling the larger sizes.
You're at the 256 and the 512.
Yeah, they stopped them. You can't buy them.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. So my current while this is going, y'all, just having side conversation here. But I have like a current like AI like cloud PC. So I call it the Olaris one. It was a Kickstarter project. But I have like 96 gigabytes of RAM, a 5090M, which is the mobile, and that's like 24 gigs of like VRAM. And honestly, that's been like way more than enough for me.
Yeah.
Because sure, I can like run I think what models up to like 120 billion params, I want to say, according to LLM Fit. And I also tried the whole GPT OSS, the 120 billion param one, and it works. It's great. I can get up some good token usage up to 8 concurrent users.
Wow.
But like, yeah, it's pretty solid. But do I need it? Do I need that all the time? No, I have like the Quinn coder, Quinn or the Gemini 4 is what I've been using, and the 31 bill params and in the smaller models, and it's been great. So
Cool.
yeah,
the models are just getting so efficient these days
yep.
that
So
I don't think it quite needs what we once needed.
Let's see. So import from okay. So this is interesting here. Tables.read import resources CJS. So it is importing the C. Okay, so it's seeding it. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. fetch base URL, code URI component, slug. Okay, interesting. All right. Inherently, I do feel as though what I'll probably end up doing, even post deployment, y'all, everyone who's watching this, is that I'll probably end up doing quite a bit of a. I'll be diving further into this and leveraging some other skills that we have within Harper to clean this up a bit, and then also see if I can implement a. I should have taken a look at the packages that it was installing. That's one thing I should have actually done, because I'm pretty sure there's a React like content. I know there's Nuxt content. Let's see here. Let me see. We'll see. I think there is. I know there's Nuxt content, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Schema. All right. It's using my tokens. Lovely. I'll have to do that. While it's doing this, for the time being, what we'll do in tandem is, well, actually, I've already set up my, let's go to Fabric. Oh, I guess I already have that set up. So I was on this, so I was actually going to do some fun deploying myself, but I've already set up my Fabric instance. So if we take a look here, I've created my organization. The organization is called Austin Acres. Actually, I'm going to switch this up. Actually, let me, I guess I'll keep it. I'll call it the Austin cluster. Not very intuitive.
Yeah, it's fun messing with the names, because then you could go. I think if the organization is Acres and the cluster is Austin, then it's austin.acres.harper.
It is.
So.
Ooh, hold up now. All right. Wait, can I? Oh, we can't edit it. Wait, no. Can I?
No, you can't. No, I've never been.
Forgot. I can't. I should know this. Yeah. I helped implement that feature. Let me.
But I think you could set up a new org. I think there's no limit to the org, so if you wanted to,
yeah. Here's what I'll do. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just delete it. Okay, we're gonna just start this from scratch. Okay, y'all. Name the acres. What is it? Acres, I think. What? Yep. Acres? Yeah. So yeah. So future cluster name, it'll be, and then future cluster name is gonna be Austin.
Yeah.
And then that will create a new cluster. Free 1K reads a minute. All right. Totally could have just lowercased that, but you know, that's okay. It is what it is.
Ultimately, the URL, right? It'll still be lowercase.
It'll normalize. It'll normalize to all lowercase. Yeah. So yeah. So it should be all right.
Cool.
And so while we're doing this, let's take a look back at the Claude. Let's take a look back at our terminal here. Let's see here. npm run. Title Austin Acres. Let's see, run build. Okay, build the React Vite app. Okay, we'll do that. And I think eventually we're going to be getting to the point where it's going to be asking me for my cred. So I'm going to, let's see here. Backend Harper. Okay. Sweet. Okay, let's do this. All right, so. All right, I am not going to use, let's crack open a different terminal here. CD, we'll call this Austin, that's what it is, Austin Acres. I'm gonna do a code. I'm gonna open this in VS Code real quick. So code dot, and then what we'll do here is I'm gonna crack open the terminal with, let's see, I trust this folder. I'm gonna say no, but before I even run it, I'm actually gonna take a look at my packages and see what we had installed here. Yep, so React DOM, Vite, prettier. Okay. Totally gonna switch over to Oxlent. Even for ESLint and everything like that, you know, let's see, .env CLI. All right, Vite.js plugin React, makes sense. Yep. Harper Fast, Vite plugin. Hey, authored by yours truly. Sorry, look at Harper Fast, Schema CodeGen, okay. And then ESLint. All right, yeah. So I'll probably eventually eliminate a couple of these dependencies post deployment. And replace them with the have a more closer to the Void Zero stack. So I know you're like, what's Void Zero? So let's see here. So yep. And then next up, what we'll do here, let's take a look at our schemas. So our blog post GraphQL. So this is essentially, again, this is the schema that we have here. If we take a look here, I'll zoom in a bit more so you can all see this well. Again, table blog, blog post, exporting this as REST API endpoints, and we'll be able to interact with these as well to do what we need to do, such as adding titles, adding the tags, setting categories and things along these lines, read time. And I'm really curious, what we may end up doing actually is I think there's a way to I was going to say you could use an agent, but there's no need to use an agent. There's like a very simple algorithm to calculate the read time. I forgot the name of it, but there is an algorithm too, or there's a way for us to calculate read time based upon the average speed of an individual. I think what character count versus character count and then average words per minute by a human, taking those into leveraging that to then just output a specific read time. So
are you going to do a calculate? I think you can do a calculated field in this schema, right? Is that?
Ooh, we could. For now, I'm going to mitigate.
Okay.
This could be a live stream part 2 where I add more features. I want to make sure I deploy first before I start adding more things. I want to be able to deploy and run. So in fact, let me do this real quick. Run dev. I wanted to check the packages as well too, just to make sure like, hey, nothing crazy was just, installed, which is good. Oh wait, hold up here. Let's package JSON, So let's do an npm run. I'll do an npm run start. Oh, Harper is running. Where am I running Harper?
I'm going to step out real quick. I got to be right back.
Sounds good. All right, all right, sweet. So for the time being, I'm actually just going to have to pause this. Let's see here. So I actually have several things running in tandem. So what I will do here is, boom, there we go. Should be running. Yeah, so I actually was running in tandem. So the reason why Harper wasn't, it was already running is because I actually was on the side as well too. I'm still working. I know, right? I'm working while working. But I'm upgrading all of our repositories, our templates and examples that we have here at Harper on the right side. So in a different terminal. So I'm doing my fair share of stuff over there. Hence why I stated, Harper is already running and everything like that, and why it was not starting. So yep, see, Harper's already running. So I just went ahead and stopped that for the time being. I'll come back to that later, post live stream, but just going through the upgrade process. So upgrading all 60 plus of like our repos that we have. So, yep. Now that we have that, let's go to localhost 9926. And as we see here, boom, wonderful. Wow, this is great. However, though, I see something that's really interesting here. It's not, I don't think that stuff was seeded. So seeded properly. Let me take a look here. I think inside resources, CJS.
I've had this happen with me a lot where Claude, it doesn't automatically seed it. I have to tell it, like, I'm like, dude, where's the data? And it's like, oh, I haven't seeded it yet. Let me get that.
Let me get that. Let's see here. So let me also, let's see here. File import dir name, content. There's the content, and then these are all the, yep, there's my content right there. So it's going through, if array is an array, post.tags, I'll give it an array of, post.tags is tags. Okay, cool. Let's see here, await tables.blogpost.upsert, that specific post. So it'll go through and it'll go through each file that we have here and upsert that specifically into the, into our good old lovely database. To see if that actually worked, I'm also going to go to 9925. Going to log in here. Let's go to our databases and we look at cache, GraphQL. I'm assuming, let me go to data. My goodness. Okay, I have way too many databases, my friend. Way too many for my liking. But then again, it's a byproduct of me, running however many different repos to upgrade all of our different templates and examples. So blog post is our name, and I see that none of that was imported. So here's what we can do. I'm actually going to go ahead and I've got to do some logging. So And let's take a look here. Let's see what happens. Let's go to our network tab. So of course, blog post. Yep, of course it's going to show up empty because there was nothing here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to. This should run. The seeding should run, I think, within. It should run. Let's make sure that we're. Let's see here. Yep, processing file, building a web component from scratch. So it is seeing. So failed to see blog post, upsert is not a function. So upsert is not a function. So let's go back to our docs real quick. And let's see here. Let's go to our docs here. Let's see, is it just insert? I think it is, but we're not using SQL. Let's see operations reference. Let's go to the operations reference. Yeah, I think it's just dot insert, I'm assuming. But there also is upsert. Update existing records and insert new ones. Matching only primary key if provided. Inserts one or more records. Upsert and insert are valid. Let's try insert. Let's see what happens here. Okay, tables.blog post. So here's what we'll do here. What I will do is from Harper DB, I should be able to just, let's do a const blog post from tables. And then what we'll do here, let's remove that. And then let me go ahead and this should inherently go inside our tables, the specific, oh, I see specifically the, and then I also probably need to define the database as well too, maybe. Thinking about this, const data from database as well. So I think I'm gonna have to probably have some. I might have to. Let's see here. All right, let's do this. Actually, let's do database.tables. Database. Was it database dot? Oh my goodness. Okay. This is not ideal. Let's see here. I'm trying to think here.
This is something that Claude could just fix.
No, probably could actually. Look at me.
Yeah.
Being the. I just love coding so much.
Yeah. Come on, I want to figure this out. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're right. We're supposed to be vibe coding. Let me control Z. Let me control Z. Okay. All right. Let me just back this up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah. Tell what's broken. You could fix it. You probably still leave it like this and be like.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and just. Yep. So let me tell Claude. Oh man. It's so hard for me to just always rely on AI. I just yeah. All right. After running,
probably just all to see the data.
Yeah. After running, I'll just do npm run dev. The console states please fix. We'll do this. All right, we'll see how this goes. All right. It is so weird relying on AI. It's great in some many situations. So I think I may have mentioned this last stream. So Claude has been fantastic in regards to doing like a mass version 5 upgrade. We have a lot of our repositories and everything like in version 4. And so for Harper, we have some major changes, some really good changes and amazing changes in version 5. And so, without Claude, I would have had to go in each individual repository, all the public and private ones that we have, the public ones specifically and everything like that, to upgrade them, go through the entire process inside all their resource files and everything, and just, upgrade it all to version 5. But with Claude, a really detailed breaking changes blog post that we have, it was able to go in and streamline that entire process for me substantially. Still had to go in, obviously, in many situations to just hey, let me make some minor tweaks. but it successfully, upgraded like the vast majority, if almost all of our repositories to version 5 for the templates and examples. And then to solidify that even further to, just for integrity's sakes, I went ahead and also started the process, which is what I'm still doing right now, of building out integration tests for all of our examples and templates as well. So just testing and everything. So that way we feel, even though the confidence score that I want to have will be much higher when it comes to relying a bit on, or leaning more, not relying it, but just leaning a bit more into, leveraging AI into like my daily workflow and expediting, the work of things that I do. Yeah. So
I've always kind of held this question in my mind is, how much does knowing how to code slow down the process of coding these days, especially with AI? Like, does if people who exclusively use AI as a crutch,
mm-hmm.
will they and get good at doing that, will they ultimately be faster than people who know how to code and try?
So I think initially, yes, but as you want to build out like scaling software and everything like that, I'd say like no. And I think of it very similar. It's just a different, for me particularly, I view it as another layer of abstraction. So for example, right, first you had your, your low level, like, you have your assembly. Then from assembly, you had, you have your C, and then, C++ and Java and everything like that, right? Yeah, there's layers of abstraction. With that, amazing things can be done, but also sometimes knowledge can get lost, right?
Yeah,
JavaScript, really great, but then let's say with JavaScript, right? Understanding the fundamentals of JavaScript, then I think then going from that to let's see, ask again for kill. You're right, that makes sense because I'm still running that here. All right, it's killing that one because Harper is currently running. I went ahead and canceled it myself, but yeah, I feel like AI is another level of abstraction, and it actually will ultimately become heavily problematic. And I think you'll 10x your technical debt if you don't understand the fundamentals of like programming. So I think that like, for example, I remember when I very first started, right, I was really huge into like Angular JS. Oh man, Angular JS, Angular 1.3 to be exact. It's crazy to even say that when I first started out my career. Angular like one, I think 1.2 or 1.3, I think was like the most recent version. Now they're like on Angular, was it 19 or 20 or something like that? I don't even know anymore. But like I relied heavily on Angular, right? That is an abstraction for me to be able to build web apps in, using JavaScript. And then when I encountered certain issues, because I lacked the strong foundation, like my strong, like just, foundation of like understanding JavaScript, I encountered a lot of issues. And I think that is similar to be said with a lot of folks when it comes to AI. I think that you can build out really great example projects, but if you're wanting to build out, scalable projects and everything or projects that scale, I think it definitely comes down to truly understanding your like not only like what you're doing, right? Like you're sure, I think coding definitely still like understanding that stuff really great, but also like even taking a more systems thinking type approach. And I don't know. I feel like in the age of AI, I feel like truly, I think software fundamentals has become even more important because now it'll be easier to slip up and cause some crazy issues. So look at me, my long-winded response.
No, I think that's fair, and it's important to know, like, people who actually know how to do this stuff are still kind of critical to making sure it's all secure, it's all safe, and yeah.
And here
How's
we
it
are.
working?
It's working.
It's seeded. Claude fixed it.
Yeah. Oh, well, look at that. Moving my site to Harper. Developer CMS training. Okay, this is actually kind of funny. I did not expect it to build that. So
it's seeded with what we're talking about right now as well.
Okay, this is lovely. Yeah, so this is wonderful. Building a web component from scratch.
So it didn't actually
It didn't
reach out to
import.
your current blogs. It didn't like reproduce anything.
Let me see real quick. Let's see here. Understanding vector search. It didn't. It did not. Contributing to
There's no
open source practical
migration here.
guide.
I wonder if you ask Claude to migrate the content from your current site into this,
So
if
it
it can
was
handle
actually
that.
supposed to, which is
Yeah.
interesting. So let me see. Failed to, yeah. So it's still saying that insert is not a, okay, it's a wait dot put. Hold up. Let me run this again. Sorry. Let me stop this real quick. And let me go ahead and do an npm run dev. Let's just take a look here. Of course, it's already running. I know it is. I forgot Claude is. Thank you, Claude. You're doing wonders here. I need to do like a, what is it called? Now I gotta kill that specific service. Was it? I think it's like a PPID is like a 1.1. What was it? The PID process ID is what was it? Oh man. And interesting. It's already running. Let me just go ahead and quit here. And let's see what happens when I'm going to close the terminal. Okay. Yeah, the process is still there. So I need to actually dig in and I totally forgot what the process is. So let me go ahead and go to my, let's see, activity monitor. I'm going to crack this open real quick. And I've got to navigate to a specific process. I do this from terminal. Actually, I should do this from terminal. But it is, all right. Actually, I totally forgot the command. That is the reason why I'm not doing it from terminal. Let me not lie, y'all. Okay. Check.
Looks like we have 2 people joined us live right now.
Wonderful.
Who's joined us?
Yeah, all right, let's see. Let's try. Let me actually crack this open. I forgot. Let me. I see. Let's open up terminal. Let's do. Was it PS? I could do gtop, or I think I have htop or whatever. But we'll do ps aux. I think it is process aux. Let's take a look here. Let's see what is running, and let us take a good old lovely look. The application that's running here. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. Let's take a look here. All right, let's try to take a look here. Let's see what we can find. I know you're like, what in the world? So I'm running htop and I'm trying to find the process so I can get that specific process ID to these are the ones that are taking up CPU memory. Let's see here, filter F4 for filtering. Let's filter okay. I'm having trouble killing this process.
Can Claude kill it for you?
You're right. Let me try. Let me ask Claude. Okay.
Yeah.
Rely on AI when in doubt. Yeah, just sort of sometimes nudge it and ask for some help.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'll just go here. Claude. Run. It sounds really weird even just asking it for it to do that. I do want to know the actual process ID. The fact that I struggled to even find that, it's interesting. Let's see, it's already running on see PID. There it is. Boom. So let's see here. All right, cool. Okay, that is, yep, kill. There it is, boom. And we do not want to start the dev server. Let's run dev real quick. Let's try this out. It's here. Let's take our database, and we have these here. This has been upserted. Wonderful. The content. So if we take a look here, all of that's here. Wonderful. That is the content that we have.
Perfect.
That's all here. So that's there.
So is this content from your old website that you have, or is this?
So this is not actually, which is a whole nother thing, which is why still Claude is still not being able to detect that. So I'm having to go back and I actually need to look at the seed itself. But on the bright side, this is up and running. I just having issues seeding that data. Well, I could import it over manually. I want to try to actually seed that data. So
yeah. What would happen if you copy the URL for your current site, put it into the kind of Claude that you have running in terminal, and be like, migrate all of these blogs over to our new site, go through one by one, and
so it actually, so yeah, it is actually here though. That's the interesting part. Like the content, we actually have those. So here, let me try. Let me see if I ask Claude. Let me actually just try to import it. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's see here. Inside my content. Inside my content / blog, please insert. So please, yeah. So what we need to do here is that, let's see, please insert these blogs, these markdown files into my database. Blog post or table. The CJS isn't working, and I don't seed it. I always end up, like, for when it comes to my applications, I actually don't seed stuff often. But yeah, and if I do, I actually build it myself. So let's take a look here. And this is matter, so gray matter, interesting. Let's take a look at gray matter. Sorry, Let's take a look here. Stacks.js, let's see, parser for, let's see, gray matter markdown and YAML. But who's this authored by? Okay. Oh, there it is. Gray matter. Wonderful. All right. And parsing it. Okay, so it parses that all into, okay, wonderful. So it parses that into this, and this is where, let's take a look here. And all right, let's try this. All right.
Is it working? Let's see.
It is. Show me the blog post data in browser. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Again, it is not something I'm used to when it comes to. I always use like Claude and all that different stuff a lot of the time. Aside from my massive repo upgrade, I've used like AI as like a either auto, sort of what do I call this? Let's see here. So all right, so it's there. The content is there. Wonderful. But let's go to our database. Let's see what happens here. Okay, building a web component.
Yeah, I don't see like the vcard and like what is the CLI, what is a tree?
I don't. I just don't. This is interesting. So I might just have to build out my own little C, my own little C data. But for now, here's what I'm going to do. For the sake of time, because it is 12:33. I mean, I'm sure I can probably get this I can probably get this done like very, very soon. But what I will do instead actually is I will look to I'll look to just build this out myself. I'm sure I can probably get this done in like 5-10 minutes off screen or off stream. I always get nervous writing code on stream, it's and everything like that, But no, for the sake of time and just for everything like that, I'm just actually gonna go ahead. Let's deploy this. Let's get it out there. And I'll take a more iterative approach. I'll go in and seed the actual content, like my blogs and everything like that. and go onward from there. So yeah, I'll do that for the time being. So here's what we can do. So let me go ahead and just do a Harper deploy. So looking at this, let's go back here. I just want to make sure everything looks good. Cool. All right. I mean, that stuff, how it's built, great, wonderful, cool. I mean, I can
Notice
stay there.
we got somebody coming in on the Discord
On
channel
Discord,
here.
yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, Clicks
So
McGee. I know that's not your real name. That'd be
clicks,
great if it was.
clicks McGee. Yeah. So here's what I'll do. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just let's just go ahead. Oh, actually, let me see. Okay, gray matter is actually there. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, let's just go ahead and deploy this. I'm gonna deploy this right now as is. Then what I'm gonna do going back actually after we get finished with the deployment process, I'm gonna just heavily I'm gonna customize this a lot more. So, and have some fun with this. So, so next up, what we'll do here is we'll do a Harper deploy. And in fact, I'm gonna have to do this off screen, y'all, for the sake of my credentials. Let me, yeah,
Don't want to
let me,
show your environment files, env files to us.
it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for
Yeah,
me.
totally.
So, and also, let me see real quick. So,
Yeah, I had to rotate mine after the last live stream.
oh no. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What am I saying? Oh no, I'm the one. Yeah. So yeah. So give me 1 second, y'all. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this. I'm gonna actually, where is my little good old lovely fabric finish setup? I'm gonna finish setup, and then I'm also going to, let's see here. That's my username. All right, and my password. Gonna create that admin user. And then for this Harper deploy, we are going to go ahead and give me 1 second, y'all. And we are here. And then my fabric cluster name is going to be this. I appreciate the patience, everyone.
So, just talking through what you're doing. You have Fabric. You're bringing over the URL. Well, yeah. Sorry, go for it.
So yeah, so what I'm currently doing right now is I'm actually just going to go ahead and deploy this. So again, right here, I'm also going to like just make sure that when I do this deployment process, like, you know, nothing flashes here as well too. So I'm going to take this terminal, and actually I'm just going to take this right here and just sort of migrate off screen. But as of now, I've went ahead and you know, set up my credentials. So in order to deploy to Harper, there are 3 things you need. You'll need the target username. So the username that you need for the, you know, for your specific cluster. So once you create your cluster, for example, this right here, I have my, this is my cluster, which is called Austin. All right. Inside this cluster, I need the cluster, or specifically to deploy, you'll need several things. You'll need the username for this cluster that you use to log into this cluster, the target, like the your password for that specific user, and then also last but not least, the actual like cluster URL. So you need those 3 things in order to deploy to this specific cluster. So in order for us to do that, we'll do that here, and then we'll do a Harper. Let's see this real quick. Let me go ahead and just do a deploy. So I'll do a npm run deploy. And so it is deploying at this moment. And oh, okay. Did a failed load resource. Oh yeah, the CJS, of course. Okay. Just gonna comment that one out real quick. And so it's deploying, it's successfully deployed. And as you can see here, I've got my good old lovely web. web. Yeah, I've got this all deployed. So, yep, so it's successfully deployed to web. And if we take a look here, now if we go to, I think if we go to local, or if we go specifically to our, let's go to my configuration here. Let's go here. I think we visit this URL. Let me go ahead and, give me a moment. I think it's 9926. Yeah, so if we do 9926, it's taking a moment. I think it's also like restarting as well. So you'll just have to, yeah, here it is. So if you visit this right here, and I think even if we eliminate the 9926 as well, okay.
Yeah,
again, it's doing a whole restart right now.
It always wants me to like sign in to when I initially set up a site. It always like has that sign up modal, and I have to like no, like make this available in public for anybody to go to. I'm just dictating in Claude most of the time, but
yeah. So we built this out. It's not bad, obviously. So as you'll see here as well too, like again, the information has not seeded as well. So I need to actually go about and build out the whole seeding process, the whole seeding thing. And then as for the whole CMS part, we didn't even build that out. We sort of did the whole front end part, but I didn't bother doing the whole like back end. So, I mean, it's 12:40. It's been like an hour. We can. What I'll do is, I guess let's do that real quick. Should we do that real quick? Let's do it real quick.
I would say like see what Claude can do.
Let's see what Claude can do.
Yeah.
Let's Claude it up. All right, Claude. Going back here. All right. Let's crack open our we're here. Here's what I'll do here is actually let me ask what the URL is, or let me take a look here. Let's take a look at our code real quick. I'm actually gonna see, because it may have actually built it out. We just didn't really no, let's see here. So schemas, JS doc, pages, home page, post page, page list.
Something like that. If you're gonna have a kind of front end for this that you can insert yourself, might want to do the our OAuth so you can like authenticate into it so other people can't edit your site for you.
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Yeah, I plan on doing that actually, hands down. Yeah, and it's in JS. I'll have to update this all to TypeScript. Oh, my heart. Yeah.
I think Claude refactors that stuff too if you wanted to.
I'll wait. I feel like that's going to be another layer of stuff.
You think so? Yeah, so much stuff.
I think so. I think it'll be another layer of stuff. So what I'll do here is let's see here, Claude. Let's see here. We did not add the We did not the CMS UI for creating, editing, and we'll see. It's thinking. It's thinking.
We love those things that's like Claude says it's ionizing or like sweeping or like I wonder if they probably had Claude come up with all of the words, because they can be quite clever, I've thought, when Claude is thinking. Always enjoy seeing what it comes up with. Sauteing sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's like sauteing, percolating. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Everything like that. I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
Well, it seems magical now.
It's cooking, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's try this real quick. Let me explore it from the project structure. Yeah, several things as well too when I'm looking at this. Several skills that I probably should have had in mind as well is as I take a look at this, this is not an ideal structure that I personally like. So for example, I am a huge fan of the bulletproof React sort of structure. So having things specifically like sort of stored in like features. Well, technically they'd be components, but sort of like in features. So very similar to kind of what we do in our studio. It's actually what I sort of derived a lot of it off of. So everything's split up into like features. So yeah, this is interesting. I mean, it's in JS, but hey, to get this started, I think it's good. I'll first refactor this into TypeScript, and then afterwards, I'll ask Claude to look at the bulletproof React sort of structure for my front end, and then have it refactor it to that, and then from there, in tandem as well too, checking to make sure that we're still following Harper skills like best practices as well. So if you all don't know this, within Harper, we do have an entire repo of, let me make sure that I Harper fast. Let me go ahead, and if y'all just give me a moment here, I'm actually just gonna open this in an incognito for the sake of making sure I'm not displaying any of our private repositories. If we take a look at this, we can take a look at, let's see here, skills. We should have a skills, I think, repository.
Yeah.
And these skills are all the skills necessary or relevant to building out with, like, building applications with Harper. So again, we have a bunch of our rules right here. You can take a look at them. Feel free to look in, from logging, handling binary data, custom resources. There's a lot that's here, and it's still growing. It's still growing like weekly, and we're improving things consistently as well too. So these skills that we have here are continuously, like, they're very helpful and relevant if you're building on top of the Harper platform. So.
Yeah, for me, it's like I've noticed that Claude tends to like forget that I gave it the skills. So like after a few turns, I'm like, dude, like stop messing up the WebSockets. Like go back to the skills file, like learn this stuff, and then come back to me with a solution. So I found that skills repo is super valuable to continue to reiterate to Claude.
Yeah. So we have this here, the CMS part. What I'll have to do as well too is implement again the whole authentication as well. And yeah, I'll have to implement authentication. So I actually have an entire authentication template that and a whole tutorial too about that. I think that was one of them. I think we paused or whatever. So that we'll have to release eventually soon.
Were you doing the? Are you just sending it to the like OAuth repo that we have? Or
actually no. No, that wasn't a specific article. I think that we'll have released.
I think we can pull it up
really soon.
I think we probably have it up. Let me see.
Oh, word? Okay.
Gotcha. Sorry. Take a look at our resources. Let's go to auth. Let's see. Basic web auth authentication with Harper. Yeah, there we go.
I'll have to, there's some things I actually want to update. So I actually end up doing a username. I actually want to go back and leverage email in particular. So make it strict to email. So
nice. Yeah, I built out a flow for one of my apps recently that was, because like doing the email, you actually have to get like a third-party API to like, or some kind of setup to do the sending of that email. At least I haven't been able to send it from Harper. So I set up a process where you could set up like a custom token to somebody. So I could sign somebody up and then send it like a one-time use link manually. And then they could like access my public app, or I guess it's secured.
Oh, whoops. I did not want to deploy. I do not want to deploy that. Let's see. npm run dev. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, it's already running. So let's do localhost 9926. And I will, I forgot I already have all this running. That's there. Let's go ahead and head back to our 9926 here. This is the CMS view. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's there. So let's say, for example, is if we decide to, let's see, use them. Built every framework, web components work in every framework. Let's see if I just remove this entire line. Let's save this. Yep, makes changes to the database. I'm assuming it creates a put call. Now if we go to home, writing, we take a look at this. That was the what blog? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Yep, and the changes reflect it. So building a web component from scratch. We take a look here. I'll add that back. Web components work in every framework. Wonderful, great. And it's there. So it does update. And if we take a look here also within the database, better yet, we can take a look at the logs as well too in the 9925. Yeah, we can see that we should be able to see that things. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, lovely. Well, we'll check the database. Let me go to data. Da, 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 da. Again, I have way too many tables and databases that I'm working with. Yeah, building a web component from scratch. Yeah, so it's altered there as well. We can clarify that as well too. Yeah, so icons. Yeah, so but yeah, so that's there. Oh, and already implemented the whole read time. So I guess I didn't have to do anything. That's funny. But yeah, so that's there. But what I will do though is I actually plan on hiding the CMS. Well, first off, looking at this, this is great, but several things that we'll need to do is actually these should be like URL like / writing, because all of this are just conditional. Like I feel like they're just tabs, not actual like pages. So we're not using actual routing. So we can't leverage things such as route history and a multitude of other things, and actually like do deep linking as well too. So that's a whole another thing. But again, good start. Again, in terms of CMS wise, it's there. We create a new blog post. I could try doing that right now. I'll just do a test. Yep. Date, we'll say what, May 19th, 2026. Yep. Category, TypeScript. Test TypeScript, that's gonna be the slug. TypeScript, Harper, why not? All right, excerpts, TypeScript to school. Cool things, cool facts, and one TS, I don't know, one.d.ts, who knows? I don't even know. Anyway, cool. Create post. Post is created. Right. Test TypeScript. We'll go home. We'll take a look here. It's there. Wonderful. We have that. So I'm not going to publish this right now. I did also deploy already, but what I'll do actually post stream, because I'm gonna make some edits. I'm actually gonna spice this up, and so I will. You'll see the final version on austinacres.com. So, but for now,
let us know when it's ready.
I will let you know when it's ready. But as I said, this is building with this is fun. This is a lot of fun here. Let me stop sharing real quick. Yeah, this is a lot of fun, Alex. So this is really cool. Yeah. And as I said, again, being an engineer, leveraging AI a bit more, it's been really, really fun and really interesting doing this stuff. So, but yeah, and it's actually really cool to know that within Harper, like I say this just still, that's one thing I guess I love the most about Harper is that as a front end engineer, or I guess I'm a full stack engineer, right? But I lean more towards front end. So I guess I'm a front end engineer who can do back end. I never really like call myself full stack, because I always think that if you're full stack, that means you can work your way around front end and back end to like at the same level of expertise. I know I'm an expert level when it comes to front end development, and then when it comes to like back end, I can create endpoints. I've built some things from scratch, like I've built my own blockchain from scratch, whatever it is, but I still don't think I'm an expert. I'm currently going through building out my own database from scratch. That's fun.
Oh, wow.
But I do not believe I'm an expert. I am far from it. And so it is weird for me to to claim that. But long story short, it just simplifies. I love how within this, right, just using our table schemas, just how simple it is, and leveraging our resources API, our resource API to just easily build out endpoints and just and filter things. And I know when I set up this authentication, it's going to be even easier too. So yeah. So but yeah, this is great.
Yeah, thanks for showing me the workflow you got on the developer side. I know after last week, I was like, okay, this is how I do it. I'm gonna
need to do some optimizations. Do some optimizations. You've got your flow down, right? I think I've been doing Claude for about a week or two, a couple weeks now. So you've got your flow. I like your flow, but I'll let you know of my dev flow specifically with Claude. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do this again once you got that locked down. Now I feel like really confident about it. So appreciate that.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, man, and thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.